President Donald Trump returned to his home in New York City on Monday for the first time since he took office. The president is in New York for a series of meetings, but before he could get down to business, he had to deal with hordes of protesters outside of Trump Tower. When one of these anti-Trump snowflakes saw 4 words on a sign one man was carrying, a meltdown of epic proportions ensued, with the snowflake yelling, "Get the F out of here." According to the Gateway pundit, a green-haired snowflake went ballistic on a pro-Trump group wearing Jewish Defense League t-shirts when she saw that one of the men was holding a sign which said, "Thank God for Trump." The snowflake immediately went ballistic, screaming at the Trump supporters to get the F out of here. How's that for tolerance and inclusivity? Be warned, if you couldn't tell by the quote, the Twitter video below contains strong language that may not be suitable for all audiences. As noted by Daily Mail, thousands of protesters had shown up outside Trump Tower in response to the president's reaction to the incident over the weekend, which unfolded in Charlottesville, Virginia. Agitators felt that Trump took too long to denounce white supremacy after 20-year-old James Alex Fields Jr. drove his vehicle into a group of counter-protesters gathered on the UVA campus in response to a white nationalist rally held there. Fields killed one young woman with his car and 19 others were injured. However, the left seems to have forgotten what those of us on the right have been putting up with for quite some time now. When Black Lives Matter began holding nationwide protests, rioting in the streets, looting businesses, and burning down cities, did we lose our collective mind? No, we did not. So why are we seeing this mass hysteria over a single white nationalist rally which was peaceful until the leftist counter-protesters showed up? There was no looting, no Molotov cocktails were thrown, no attacks on the police were waged. It was just a bunch of college kids with tiki torches. Was the citronella too much for liberals? All jokes aside, it seems that there is only one group of people who have the privilege of enjoying free speech these days. When BLM first began their violent and destructive shenanigans, we started asking what would happen if the tables were turned, if it were white people rioting in the streets because white lives matter. The media would have had a field day, we said. The left would lose their minds, we said. As it turns out, we were right, but I wish we weren't. Apparently, you are only allowed to be proud of your heritage if you are a minority in the United States. Perhaps if these affiliates of Antifa and BLM are so concerned with the proliferation of the black race, they ought to stop killing themselves faster than they can make babies, many of which are aborted. They are killing each other faster than they can procreate. If the left wants a cause to take up, they should focus on black violence. This would be a far better use of their time than attacking those of us who support our president, and it would make much more sense, given their affinity for minorities. Please share the story and tell us what you think by clicking one of the buttons below. We want to hear your voice.